Okay, like a shorter starting soon screen than usual because I was running a little late. Yeah, talking about the gays. The gays! I've switched over to using, what's it? Vignon. So, my tracking looks a little different now. I kinda like it. Not bad. My model itself does have that clipping, though, with the... Part of me does wonder if I should just stick to PNG tuber, but this does feel a little better than, like, a PNG. Right, I should be getting my stuff more ready. Let's see. I'm going over something that happened like a week ago. So there's been a lot of talk in politics channels since. Wait, did they private? Wait, is their Twitter gone? Oh, they privated. Okay. Oh yeah, I should be watching chat. See, this is why I don't start off immediately recording a segment. Because I'm gonna forget shit. My channel, live. You got your own lolcow of a stalker? What? FYI, that term is originated from kiwi farms and shit. Yeah, I just don't like the associations with that word. So I'm trying to lean away from using it personally. Right, where was I? I don't even know. Just stalker, I guess. Okay, that's handy. Uh, oh, lovely. One of those people, eh? Okay, I got that thread open. I thought there was more. God damn it. I guess I should have talked about this segment when it happened. I'm still doing a little research while on stream. You know, I probably should have some background music. Really? They stream under their, like, their legal name or whatever? That's pretty dumb. I mean, I guess there are people that do that. Hey, hey. Okay, it is only the 2 screenshots there. They don't even show off that full tweet. Whatever, I think I have enough to do this segment. Yeah, like that dude can't really claim that other people are doxing him for saying his name. Fucking moron. Okay, that's the shocker bit. There's a VTuber Global Award. Did you miss something? I have no idea. I haven't started any segments yet. Just starting up stream, getting things ready. A little more scuffed than usual, but I'll get into it. I'll get into stuff. What the fuck was I doing? Bookmarks, right. Really? That's pretty funny. How big is he anyways? I'm guessing like a small account. Oh yeah, bot followers, lovely. Lovely. I think I am ready to actually get into this shit. Big ol' stretchy. Man, there is a part of me that is considering multi-streaming, but like dealing with the 2 chats, no thanks. I would need like multiple mods. Over 1,000, but only 10 people in the stream chat tops? Well, to be fair, I've got like 480 subscribers, but like 2 people in my chat right now. But the big thing is to look at engagements and stuff. Like comments and thumbs up, thumbs down kind of stuff. My engagements are pretty low. But like, I also don't push people to do the engaging with the video. I gotta do that a bit more. Be a little more shameless with like, hey, like the stream, like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I just tag that online as like 2.5 chatters. Fair enough. I do tag that in like the credits roll kind of shit I do at the end of my videos. So I think it's a little more helpful to do it up front. Why am I always staring that way? Oh, he sounds like such a sexy person. No wonder he's got like 1,000 totally real followers, right? God. This top. I don't like how much what's it? How much the model breaks and clips. Then again, I haven't done any rigging in Blender. Facial piercings like an orc? Now you're kind of selling them. God, maybe I should update the top I use for my Vroid. Because like I am going to be doing a rebrand. Oh, so he's definitely terminally online. I am doing a rebrand in the future. That's going to be fun. And I only stream like, what's it? Once a week. And then, though I do tend to go on for quite a while. I don't know if I want to go like 6 hours today, like I did last week pretty much. Because I do want to play some more World of Warcraft. I'm unfortunately getting back into that. Been enjoying my time with it, it's just World of Warcraft. You tried Blender, not good at it. I learned Maya in college, but that was like 10 years ago, so I forget a lot of stuff. You think Dragonflight ruined it for you? I haven't even touched that campaign yet. I haven't picked up World of Warcraft since Legion, I want to say. That was the last time I played it. So I'm missing a couple expansions between now and Dragonblight. And my partner wants to get back, or wants to actually go through the story of World of Warcraft. So right now we're on Northrend. We're doing Wrath of the Lich King story. Then I think she wants to move on to the other expansions. So it'll be a while before I actually get to Dragonflight. I was not expecting the stat squish they currently have. Like 70 is max. That's weird. Why does it keep looking off to the side? Like down and around a bit? Wait, would... This'll help a little bit, won't it? That'll actually help a lot. Past expansions, you get to 60, and then Dragonflight 60 to 70. Oh, yeah. I noticed that you could pick whatever expansion you want to play, and then it just scales around you. I think that's a really good idea for Blizzard to do. The chat right there, I kind of got to move the... Tip me at Ko-Fi. However the fuck they want to pronounce it. That would be pretty pog. I do kind of want to try out the Evoker class, but I haven't bought the expansion yet. Well, what is the alternative, really? Final Fantasy XIV, where you have to go through every bit of story, and you don't get a choice of whether or not you actually go through this stuff? It's kind of hard to say, because it's different audiences that they're appealing towards. Final Fantasy fans love their stories, so it just kind of makes sense that you got to go through all of the story to get caught up with the latest expansion. And with World of Warcraft, it's not really a directed story overarching plot, it's expansion per expansion. The only real updates was Cataclysm, where they redid the old world. Blizzard has lately sucked with stories. I wouldn't say that's a lately thing. But yeah, largely they didn't go back and update older stuff. They just kind of kept moving forward. I do like the ability to just... I don't want to do Outland again. So it's good that I don't have to do Outland. That's just my opinion, I guess. Shrink down the model a little. Okay, should I actually get on to recording my segments? I just want to double check what I have. One, two, that one's out. 3, 4, that one's out. Oh, wow. I got four videos in the backlog right now. Nice. Cataclysm Classic sounds like a joke. I didn't think they would actually do Cataclysm Classic. I thought they would end the or stick with World of or Wrath of the Lich King as their end of Classic, because that was like the peak of World of Warcraft. Yeah, and then with Cataclysm, they start doing a bunch of whole brand new stuff where the world is ending and we need Thrall. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love an expansion about Thrall. He is like one of the best characters in World of Warcraft. Anyways, I should probably start talking about gay VTubers, huh? I mean, yeah, I actually like the idea of the time walking stuff. It's like you can go into whatever point in whatever expansion, and now you get to experience it legit. Okay, where is this segment starting? That tab, cool. Ah, big yawn, big yawn. I would imagine they stop doing the classic stuff as much. I would actually not be surprised if they just every so often they just redo classic from like the original World of Warcraft up until Wrath of the Lich King and then just kind of stop. If they like did that on occasion to just like give everybody a chance to keep trying out the classic. But that's a market that's not going to appeal forever. Really? Classic has more players than retail? Neat. It's felt a little empty lately. I wouldn't be surprised if they go that way. Though I think that's still a pretty niche base to go after. Oh right, I'm only watching top chat. I gotta watch all chat. Okay, cool. Alrighty. I guess I'm gonna get into the first segment now. Topic, you have half and half experience. Ah, I can relate. By pride. So, for those who don't know, there is a VTuber group that is promoting themselves as a gay group, like the gayest VTuber group you've ever seen. And last week there was a call out thread made about them. And when I did look into it previously, I came to the conclusion that, well, they're not really sharing stuff to actually get me to believe their claims. Because here's the thing, this gay VTuber group, VT Rainbow, is run, or I guess headed by, or one of the prominent members anyways, is Marina VT, who I have previously covered on the channel, where she's had accusations of leading harassment campaigns, but then the evidence that was displayed backing up their point didn't really back up their point. But I decided let's talk into it this week, I guess. Because one thing that I just recently found out is that they privated their group. I guess they are getting a fair amount of harassment, which is common for gay people on the internet. But let's go into some of the callouts. This was a quote tweet of, or not a quote tweet. This was tweeted out just a couple days ago, and then it continued on with the original thread that originally caught my eye, which is what we'll actually be starting with. Oh yeah, right. They were vague tweeting. Oh my god. They were vague tweeting about... It all started with this. When the group led by someone who stalked me, sent spies, and sexually and emotionally abused my friends are revealed to be a bunch of fucking grifters. I feel bad for the victims, but I feel that spiteful pleasure knowing more people are seeing awful people for who they are. To be clear, this is about VT Rainbow. I ain't fucking staying quiet about the shit after what their members put myself and friends through. Learning that they were this fucking awful to their own members was the last fire I needed under my ass to just fucking name them. And here's where they finally name them. My experiences with VT Rainbow, and more specifically, Marina. So my bad experiences with VT, actually, this isn't one. This was all caused by, right here. This statement was put out by VT Rainbow, and some ex-members had quote tweeted it. I can't pull up the original tweet because I'm not currently following VT Rainbow, and I wasn't following before privating. But this is the message, or the tweet, that started it all off. VT Rainbow has been a passion project for us over the past year and a half. We have taken the time to experiment with direction and priorities for the group, and we always had the intention of allowing us to be a fluid and evolving team. Since May of 2022, we've had the pleasure of working with many talented creators. We've seen the introduction of new members, as well as the departure of some of our talent. Each creator who has been a part of our journey has left an indelible mark, and we celebrate their ongoing ventures with extensions of our collective mission. VT Rainbow continues to be committed to our core mission, empowering the queer community, and engaging with our audience through a wide variety of content spread across multiple platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. The future is full of promise as we have many plans, we both online and in-person events in the future. We are excited to reveal what's next and fully committed to amplifying conversations that matter to the queer community and passions of our members. Thank you for continuing to support us and join us on our journey. Which is expectedly very much PR talk, which they're tied with some bigger creators, so it makes sense that they're sticking to PR talk. But what this set off was an ex-member like this talking about their experience. I promise back to shitposting after this brief interruption. I've been trying to word this in a way that conveys my thoughts sincerely and evenly toned. Rather than be vague, this will probably be the last time I refer to this. My ventures, my achievements, and success is not part of that group. I left the group because my content was determined to be against their brand. We will talk about the kind of content they produce. Content that I get sponsorships for, that I rely on. I was asked if I would drop that content or leave the group. I left on the spot. I didn't feel empowered. I felt shamed. I'm grateful to have met new friends like the other members. I was so happy to meet queer members at Offkai through the group's booth, and I worked my ass off for the convention to the point of getting sick and fainting because I believed in it. There are so many that this was a light for, but I want no part in their future. I don't intend to spread poison in their waters. Most of us ex-members have kept quiet because we don't want to stir trouble. But I really don't like being a stepping stone to be tossed aside after my usefulness is over. I hope the group realizes their vision of raising queer folks up in the streaming industry. Truly. Peace and hope. So, before I actually just jump onto their profile, because I know it's on their profile, they have... Where's that one specific one? I believe there was some... God damn it, where was it? Is she getting punched in the stomach or fuck? I don't know. Come on, I saw a sponsor stream before. Where it was like a sponsor for a hentai game called Sister Ritual. I don't even know if I can show the picture on stream. It's not explicit, but it's bordering the line. I can't remember. I don't think that was the only one I took issue with either. Where was it? Not even going to touch that incest game. There it is. Yeah, I don't really want to show that on stream, but she does have a sponsored tweet, October 27th. You can search her profile for Sister Ritual, or hashtag sponsored, and you can see stuff like that pop up where it's kind of sussy and I mean it's a group that doesn't really want to be associated with incest content or God, I can't remember. Where's the other one? I think it's also about lolly content. That's what I'm hearing anyways. Yeah, it's a group that doesn't want to be associated with, well, people who take sponsorships or over like incest. Apparently lolly. I don't actually know. Their model isn't one that is a lolly. Anyways, where was I? But that was the brand optics. Though another point, though there is valid criticism from Kumo, the being referenced as like a kind of, or being treated as a kind of stepping stone where they did participate to the group and then it's just kind of bye Felicia when they depart. I don't think they've done a lot of like I don't know if VT Rainbow has put out much talk about it. I can't even check because they're privated. This is from another ex-member. Nothing I did was celebrated. Excuse me. We were treated like numbers. It really was all about business. Bundling our individual success as part of VTR is disrespectful. If I left a mark, you would have at least taken some accountability. Maybe added some alt text like I taught y'all. And to be clear, in where was it? Oh no, I closed the Kumo one. That's fine. But yeah, they didn't have the alt text in that announcement, which was apparently something that Lennox here had brought up. One more thing, don't claim to have learned a single thing from me or to have unlearned any ableism when your statement doesn't even have heckin' alt text. Don't listen to anything I said. Didn't listen to anything I said. It really shows. VT did nothing for me. My achievements are 110% my own. So, like, the vibe I'm getting is kind of, there was mismanagement. And with Marina VT having a history of clashing with lolicons and rightoids in general. There's a kind of campaign against her that's like, she supports harassment. Well, can you show us the harassment? No. Okay then. That's not actually the thread I was going to go over. Oh yes, actually it is. Here we're going to actually get to Devil, the one, yeah, Cyber Devil, the one that really stirred the pot for it. And the reason this one kind of sticks out to me because it feels the most petty to me. So my bad experiences with VT Rainbow are mostly with Marina. We initially got in a fight over her support and friendship with Nux, a known bigot. I don't know about the bigotry stuff from Nux. He's edgy, but I don't think he actually has beliefs like that. I mean, you're more than welcome to prove me wrong there. I'm okay with being proven wrong. After they blocked, I kind of just left it till my next known interaction was when I later learned about VT Rainbow's founding. At the time, that a group that appears overwhelmingly white can't call themselves a truly diverse group. Because, like, the experience of a POC queer member is always going to be different from a white member, and both perspectives are needed. Fun fact, Marina is Latin. Marina is a POC VTuber. So, I think that does get brought up in a different thread, and Devil does acknowledge that, but continuing on. I was vague tweeting about this at the time because I wanted the lesson to be out there. I then learned that she had subtweeted about me, about the fact that she wasn't white and was in fact a POC. Oh, okay, here we are. And to which I'm sorry. Like a genuine fuck up of mine, I have no intention of defending that. Yeah, okay, so she realized that she made that mistake. This is when I learned they were sending their friends, or quote, spies, as they called them, into my DMs as fake, concerned, and worried people who just wanted to stay safe, etc., etc. This was also when I learned Marina and her friend have an entire Discord channels dedicated to bullying and making fun of people. Citations needed, please. Particularly neurodivergent people, citation really needed. Whether it was intentional or just coincidental, I can't say for sure. Here is the substantive evidence. A former member of their friend group, who won't be named, sent me this before they cut ties with, taken from her VTX Discord. You need a spy? Boom, I need a spy. I am the spy. Does anyone read that as serious? Let's just say, let's say it happened. Can you share the DMs? Because, like, if you're getting this, show your receipts. You've got one receipt, which could be real. It could also be easily taken out of context as a joke. Fun fact, I'm friends with a moderator of Marina's. That's what happened. Anyways, I was one of those targets, and despite being blocked, she would frequently be talking about either stuff I said or just mocking me with her friends, which she started, which, like stalking and high school bully shit. Citation needed. You've got one screen here. Show your receipts. I've talked to her other victims in the past and similar stories that are their own to tell. Her common tactic is frankly intimidation. Her past victims are pressured by her size as a creator into silence, knowing how happily she'd use what she could to ruin someone's time as a creator. There are other, frankly, more abusive and horrible stories that I have heard since then from other victims, but those are not my stories to tell, so link them. If they decide to speak up, I will be sure to amplify their voices. But for now, that's all I have to say on this. Thank you for reading. To any other victims out there, I will happily listen to you. My DMs are open and I'll happily connect with you to other victims. Now, my issue with this is, well, aside from the lack of evidence, because that's like a common thing that Marina says, show your receipts so it can actually be addressed instead of vaguely gesturing at, you know, some potentially serious allegations like sexual harassment. That's a pretty fucking bad thing. If you can actually show me screenshots of that happening, then we can actually talk about this shit. But this is a common tactic or common event in the VTuber scene where people will make vague tweets about people they don't like and then hope that actual victims will come out and then share their stories so they can get some kind of cancellation out of them. This did catch my eye, the cheating on their partners. I have no idea about all these claims about Marina. Like, I do think there was some mismanagement with VT Rainbow. That's what it sounds like according to the other. We're going to get into that one. That's what it sounds to me like, the what's been going on. Somebody is upset at another creator for interpersonal beef, and they're trying to manufacture outrage. That's the vibe I am getting. Anyways, Lolatov Cocktail, moderator for Marina VT. Another day, another person making shit up about Marina. I'm in the Discord, the screenshots is taken from. It's literally just checking in on this person tweeting. When you DM them, they admit they have no evidence, but then that's nothing new. As well as this screenshot here, let's be honest, this person here is known for stirring things up. When I tried reaching out to them for evidence, they responded with this. Funny getting cut off. I really hope they never have to experience the awful feeling of having to first deal with disgusting behavior from someone, only to be mocked and called shit for daring to speak out. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. As I said to these people, you don't have to believe me, but don't attack victims like a cunt, okay? Right now, we just have your word that Marina does this harassment, sexual and non, but you don't present the screenshots of it aside from this one, which literally from today, so you can't actually tell when the screenshot was taken. And very curious that this response was actually left out of Devil's response here, because like it doesn't get addressed. And here it is. Let's be honest, this person is known for stirring shit up. Here we go. Hello there, I saw your recent tweets. Or are they X's now? They're tweets. And I would like to see any and all proof you have about your accusations, because you're accusing her of some very unsettling things. For the proof of my personal experience, I provided the screenshot I was given by former member of their server. This is something that requires mostly faith and corroboration with the stories of others that I'll be retweeting when they are out. If you don't want to believe me, that's completely fine. I just ask that you also listen to the other stories that come out as well. So basically you're saying you have no proof and I just gotta trust you and a bunch of ex-VTuber Rainbow members who might be biased due to them potentially being removed from the group. If that's how you want to see it, I'm not here to persuade you. I told my experience as many others have and will tell theirs. We don't document every awful thing that happens to us. It's up to you to do with the information as you will. But don't have the audacity to speak like this to victims that are hurting. You don't have to believe us, but if all you want to do is be rude to victims, potential or otherwise, please just refrain. And like, I don't doubt that there's the possibility of Marina actually engaging in some kind of bad behavior, but what I want to see is like, what has she actually done? Because like, we're kind of living in a world where screenshotting conversations is regular. It's something that happens all the time. And if it's personal beef, then don't do that. If it's something like this person is literally actively trying to incite harassment over people, you should screenshot that. I just don't think there's a lot of weight behind the Marina cancellation shit. Because let's be real, if people could prove that that Marina actually did some pretty bad shit, I would believe it. I would take it way more seriously if they actually had screenshots of Marina doing stuff and not just potentially joking, I need a spy, from the day the tweet came out. Ollie showed me a site called Photo Forensics, which can detect screen caps are faked or not. Oh, interesting. Here's the thing. You can also just make an alt account. Oh wait, it's less easy to do with Discord now that you don't have the numbers anymore. At least some people do have the numbers. Like, most of the shit that people bring up is, well, they're mad. Posts can be deleted. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, regarding VT Rainbow, I'm kind of at a loss of where else do we go from here? Because like, it does seem to me that there was that less than favorable public statement they had made before going private, and like, you do gotta attribute each individual's work to the individual as well. It's not just entirely a group effort. People want to be recognized for the effort put in. That's reasonable. So in regards to how they do their management, I don't really know. In regards to the Marina harassment allegations or accusations, again, it's, I need to see a little more concrete proof. That's just me. Because, like, again, this happens all the time with Marina. Okay, done recording that segment. Fuck, how long was that? Not terribly, I don't think. Oh, it was like half an hour. Cool. I'll probably trim the end of that a bit more. Claims to be a collective, not an agency on their website. VT Rainbow is not a VTuber agency, but a collective in... Oh. I forgot they have a website. I actually didn't know they had a website. I'm doing it live. How goes, Silver? I just finished the first segment, the gay VTuber one. Going to be going on to the Global VTuber Awards soon. Are there other topics I want to talk about? We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Gotham? You want to come up onto my lap? Silly boy. Wait, what other member who left? Oh, wasn't there a flesh tuber or somebody that had left? Gotham is a kitty cat. Gotham. He sometimes likes to sit in my lap. There we go. Hey, boy. God, you know, I might actually do a Christmas stream this year. Because it's a Monday, and I don't work this stat. I did cover a couple tweets by Lennox. Can you hear him? Can you hear the boy? Gotham. Yeah, I don't know if you're referring to specific tweets, but this was the one I had covered, as well as this one. Gotham. You're pulling my headphones down. Though, I'll be honest, I'm pretty committed to talking right now. I'm not listening to stuff. Want to know more about Gotham, though? Let's see. Do I have any pictures on PC? Or are they all on my phone? I think they're all on my phone. Gotham. Gotham is the kind of cat where if he's lying on his side and then you go and scritch his belly, he's gonna show his belly to you more because he loves belly scritches. Yeah, like valid concerns on not really listening to members, or at least those claims against VT Rainbow seem actually pointed, but the more serious stuff, I will say, okay, hop off, boy. I love you, but hop off. But the like Marina specific ones, it's like where, what, prove it, please? Because I don't want to support somebody that actually does it, but I'm not going to believe those claims just flippantly. Fun fact, I didn't actually pick my cat's name. We adopted him in Gotham. We adopted him at like 1 year old, and the name was already attached. In the days when we had already agreed to take care of him, and between we actually got him, we just started whispering to ourselves, Gotham. And then it just kind of stuck. Our other cat is named, excuse me, our other cat is named Sushi. Gotham needs his attention right now. So maybe I should do the shocker segment while I'm watching, like, so I can watch something. Because this boy is not going to leave me alone. Yeah, I got two kitties and they hate each other. Uh, it's actually a segment on the 90s Spider-Man anime. It's about the most glorious scene that I apparently got wrong. I'm debating, do I do that or do I do the Global VTuber Awards segment? The GVTA? Yeah, the shocker, you can't escape me, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth scene. At least that's what it looks like from the thumbnail. Like a 7-minute video, I think it's like mostly just shit posting. But apparently the creator that put out this video is pretty pog, so I wanted to cover some video of his that I have some kind of knowledge of. Gotham. Oh, this boy's not leaving me alone. He's just crawling everywhere. Oh, don't worry, I'll be getting to both those segments. I'm also trying to decide if there's any other topics I want to talk about while I'm live. The number one reason I miss being a flesh tuber and Twitch affiliate is because I used to have a channel redeem that was called Gotham Time. And all I would do is hold up a brush, and then Gotham would jump up onto my desk and jump up onto my lap, and then just shove his face into the brush because he's a pretty princess and loves his brushies. He's also a ragdoll, so like you can pick him up and he. Yes, Gotham is the black and white cat. I should actually link some pics of him. Gotham. Okay, not going to see chat for a little bit. Discord. General. All albums. Images. Where's my kitties folder? There it is. I do want a picture of both of them. That's a good one. Hey, boy. Back. Oh my god. Fine, back to YouTube. I tried. Let's see if it's sent. Yay! Oh my god, such a big picture. Okay. Howdy, howdy. This is Gotham. He is my pretty, pretty princess. I love him so much. How you doing, Senna? Ah. Oh, he loves his belly scritchies. And this is Gotham and Sushi. Very rare picture of the both of them because they both hate each other. Oh, goody, I'm getting a little bit of a sore throat. That's nice. Gotham is the kind of kitty. The black one. He's the type of cat where you can kidnap him, steal him under your blanket. He'll stick around for like 10 minutes unless he actually falls asleep. Then he'll be around for a while longer, but he typically doesn't stay for like half an hour kind of thing. But Sushi loves a warm blanket and she will spend like all night under a blanket if you give her like a bit of a bed with the blanket, you curl it over her. I love these two kitties. Too bad they don't love each other. Why is that keep popping up? I'm gonna just turn off that. Okay. I guess it's time to talk about the Global Vtuber Awards. Yay! I'm willing to bet there's a fair amount of my audience, at least, that has heard of the VTuber Global Awards. I've covered them previously, and I'm gonna be honest, I actually got some things wrong. I had made assumptions about Oshi app, which I did, which I had joined this Global VTuber Awards AMA. I was in there as a speaker. I unfortunately was only able to ask 3 questions. Mostly because there were plenty of people that did want to ask other questions as well. And a lot of my concerns, well, I mean, were at least asked about across these 2 AMAs. So when I was first going to be making this video, I thought it was just going to be a kind of, oh, I made a bit of a mistake. There's not really going to be anything new to really address. But Curry Ringy got a channel strike from them. So did Depressed Nusagi, apparently. I don't know why Curry or Cringy here got the channel strike. We're going to find out soon. But the majority of this segment is actually going to be about, well, I don't want to react to both of these AMAs. A, because I was in the first one, and B, it's like almost 4 hours of just the recordings there. That would be a pretty lengthy video. So I'll pretty much just address the stuff that I got wrong and the things that are important to, that I feel are important to address before we find out why Cringy got a channel strike, or why he says he got a channel strike. I don't actually know anything about the channel strikes. I just know there are some other people that they've gotten some channel strikes, so we'll see if I follow suit. Though I will say, I would have thought they would have hit me with it, or they at least know I made that first video on them, because not only did I tweet about it, I quote tweeted my tweet and tagged them in it asking, hey, did I get anything wrong here? And they just ignored that. So anyways, in regards to the Global VTuber Awards, with the awards themselves and with the Oshi app, they will not be using any NFTs, according to what they said. And the reason people are making this jump to conclusions is because the company that is behind the Global VTuber Awards and Oshi, the platform Logcast, does have some NFTs on it. Here's the thing. According to Lenny, the founder, CEO, I can't remember, of Logcast, the person that I directly spoke to on the AMA for the Global VTuber Awards, they had said that 99% of the content on Logcast is free content. There is just 1% essentially that are given the option, do you want to make this a collectible and then like give it to your community or sell it or whatever, but it's like not the driving force of their platform. I think they're just trying to find ways to, you know, help creators monetize, but they chose the wrong way to do that with going towards NFTs, my opinion anyways. What the fuck is an NFT? It is a non-fungible token. Basically, it's something on the blockchain, which is a dumb buzzword that takes up a ton of energy, and it's a way to authenticate you actually own this piece of digital media. And it's like, okay, whoop-de-doo. I can get a certificate that says I own one of the moons of Saturn. What do I care? That you can't do anything with it is the point. Yeah, I don't know why they're choosing to go with it. Anyways, and but that's basically it. Fungible. Oh, fungible. Yeah, right. I don't know. I don't respect NFTs like at all. You don't need to involve the blockchain. And then with regards to the Oshi app, I did legitimately make a fun gullible. You know, if you say gullible slow enough, it sounds like orange. Yeah, like almost everybody knows about NFTs being scams. Gotham, settle down. You're in here forever. The door's just closed and he's scratching to get out. I don't want to get up. I think my girlfriend will hear it and let him out. Anyways, with regards to the Oshi app, I did legitimately make a mistake. Again, I keep getting sidetracked, but the mistake I made was that I thought they were going to turn you essentially into an AI that your fans could interact with, like chat one-on-one, if they pay money towards, which that is not the case. Fans would be paying money to have conversations with you one-on-one, actually. Like, the Oshi app platform is presented as a sort of, what's it? Like, they tout it as a way to help small creators further monetize their audiences. And it's like, you're with small audiences, you can't really monetize most people. And you won't really have those hardcore fans as a small creator. I honestly don't know the reach that the Oshi app will have if they're not targeting large VTubers, and B, making it membership only, so you essentially have to pay to access that content, where it is just voice recordings from you. I will say that, like, unrelated to that last point, there is something that Lenny kept doing on the AMA that kind of super snowflake triggered me. It's when she kept referring to Vtubers as human streamers. It's like, that's not the accepted term. The more accepted term is Vtubers, and we fight over that so much. It is funny. There has been talk of, like, what else can we call them? But, like, skin tubers is bad. Anyways, tangent. But yeah, that's what I thought this video was going to be. Essentially, just here are what happened, or here's my understanding of the AMA, because I was there for the first AMA, and then I afterwards listened to the second one. I call it the second one when really it's the third one. That camera streamers, that could work, but it doesn't have the skin crawling effect of Vtuber. There was a 1.5 sort of AMA that happened, but they didn't record it, so sucks to suck. I can only really talk on the two AMAs that I watched, or I listened to / joined. I am pretty disappointed that there was a lot of dodging the question kind of thing. I also highly recommend checking out Niles' coverage, VT Niles, because I believe he was there in all of them, all of the AMAs. Let's see. Oh wow, they actually, Niles got featured in the News Drop Radio. That's pretty poggers. Or the VTuber News Drop article. I gotta double check that. But yeah, I recommend checking out Niles's document on the topic. And also big shout out to Firo's Era for also all the research that she did. I believe the majority of what I believe I covered the Firo's Era stuff in my previous video. Oh, right. There's no actual embed for the articles anymore. Okay, like, I'm just quickly going to go over this. I don't want to really read out the entire thing because I'm pretty sure I know about it. But, like, the majority of the stuff was, they were getting pushback from, what's it? Pushback about using generative AI. Hell, actually, I wanna mention something of my own. Like, I'm gonna pull a Jimmy Dore. Not like it's the first time I've ever done that on stream. Did I quote tweet it? I did quote tweet it, but that's not the tweet. Where was I going? Right, there was a lot of people worried that generative AI was going to be used in the VTuber awards, and it's like, in that AMA, in the first AMA, the one that I attended, they said there was no, or like they said they will not use any of the nominee likenesses, or art won't be used for NFTs or AI. They also said that they don't have any other AI art in either the Global VTuber Awards or Oshi marketing, and well, they got called out on it. Because right here, in that AMA, I didn't know this was AI at the time. If I did, I would have asked. Because, like, I did push them about the use of AI art in their stuff. And since I didn't have that, or didn't have this to call them out on at the time, they kind of slipped by with that one. Yeah. So there's at least some troubling behavior going on with global VTuber awards. They would tout the first one, it would be going for hours. They want to go all night kind of thing, and they only went an hour and a half because, like, after an hour and a half, suddenly there's a very important meeting that if you had scheduled a very important meeting, why didn't you bring it up before an hour and a half into the AMA? And I believe they said similar things about the second one and only went 2 hours. I do believe it was also, what's it? It was also like 1 a.m. for Lenny at the time, so like, you can just play the I need to sleep card. That's fine. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just double checking this article. I don't think there's too much in here that yeah, I should actually oh right, something that's important to note, that the global VTuber awards is like its own thing. For those that don't know, it's separate from the Philian ones, the Takahata one. Wait, Takahata's doing what? Okay, cool. But there's like a lot of VTuber awards going on right now. Which I think I covered like most of this. One point of concern is that they're not talking about what kind of grant they're offering, because like they did announce their prize. Grand prize is an all expenses trip to Shibuya, Japan. Which that's kind of cool. But then there's also the possibility that minors could win that, and they'd be sending them to Japan, potentially with the Guardian, hopefully with the Guardian. I don't know about the conflation of the VTubers and the Web3 industry. That's stuff I haven't personally looked into. And then they go over the interview Niles did with Lenny, which I had covered in my first video. Okay. So I think we are actually caught up with the global VTuber Awards stuff. So now I'm just curious, what did Cringy say to get a channel strike? Apparently the video is still up even though he's strike. Okay. Anyways, let's find out about this. I don't really know anything about the channel striking. I did see Depressed Nusagi tweet that he got channel striked by the Global VTuber Awards, and it was over him, or the channel strike was a section of his video where he was reacting to Rev Says Desu's video on the Global VTuber Awards, a video which is still up and untouched apparently, at least according to Rev in a tweet. Let's find out.
Hey guys, Cringy here. Once again, bringing you the worst out of the VTuber community. And what's worse than trying to silence Chris?
Oh shit, yeah, that's removal request issued by Logcast. Okay.
Criticism by trying
What's really
to copyright
behind the Global VTuber Awards. Is that the one? No, that's a different video. Okay, so maybe the original video is down. Jeez.
I'd strike a YouTube creator, and that YouTube creator this time around is me. If you recall, a few days ago...
Also, personally, I do not trust what this guy actually says. I'm just curious what he's actually saying this was, and you know how he's backing it up. But I did not watch his video on the Global VTuber Awards. I don't typically watch his stuff. The only stuff I have watched of his, I've watched with you guys. I've watched it on stream.
I
think
a video on the Global VTuber Awards, the latest out of VTuber award shows that decided to infiltrate the quote-unquote VTuber community. And in that 40-long minute video, I have played a conference speech by the CEO of Logcast, the company behind the Global VTuber Awards, to showcase and critique that fine lady has absolutely no clue about what VTubers are, and the whole Global VTuber Awards is just a sham that's trying to push a specific product onto gullible younger VTuber creators. And as you can see from this copyright strike,
I will say I don't get the feeling that they're actually trying to push This stuff, like, they're trying to push their Oshi app. That's what they're trying to grow with this. That's what they're going after, and I just think that Oshi appeals to the different kind of market than the Western indie scene. Because, like, the Oshi app seems like it appeals to unicorn types, the overly invested and overly parasocially attached types, to VTubers, and opening up one-on-one communications with those people at their whim on a dime is not very great. It's exploitative of those fans, and it's also dangerous for the streamer themselves. There's a reason why a lot of big streamers don't have open DMs or don't often respond to DMs.
Notice, which I had received in my email, is that Lenny Andronikos, the CEO of Logcast, didn't like me talking about that specific thing. Well, I did indeed use the whole video, 12-minute long video, mind you, in that 40-minute long video of mine.
Wow, you added 2 minutes of criticism to her video? Am I understanding that right? This guy's the biggest of brains.
I didn't just play it, I provided commentary on it in order to contextualize everything else within the video. And I do believe, dear Team YouTube, that this violates my fair use. This violates my right to commentary and to critique and to educate people on...
Now I kind of wish I had seen this video, because, like, I am of the opinion that you're more than welcome to comment and critique on at least whatever's on YouTube. I think that should be fair game. I don't know if this video was hosted on YouTube or if it was hosted on a different site. I do think it's a pretty bad look for Logcast to be issuing copyright strikes to commentators.
This specific entity trying to weasel their way into the VTuber, again, quote-unquote, community. And out of principle...
VTuber scene. There are so many fractures in it, you can't properly call it a community, at least in my opinion. But there is a sort of collective that kind of coagulates online, just as VTubers do on Twitter. Because, like, a lot of people are posting about the same kind of shit, and when you enjoy the same kind of shit as other people, that's kind of how you start making friends with people. So, like, it makes sense that there's a sort of community, but I just don't think it's cohesive enough to properly be called a community. I prefer to call it the VTuber scene, or the VTuber industry, or the VTuber sphere.
My YouTube is just a hobbyist thing, even though I do get a little bit extra cash out of it, but it's quite insignificant compared to anything else. I do...
we can tell.
Want to battle this out of principle, and I did contact Team YouTube about it to investigate and open a case in this matter. But if that is not sufficient enough, I will file a counterclaim, because that's within my right as a YouTube content creator, and see where that goes, because in my mind, I have not violated copyright strike laws when it comes to things like this.
I honestly really wonder what kind of criticisms he levied, because is it like these people are scammers and then continues playing the video, then pauses for a bit, these people are idiots, and then continues playing the video? It's like, you literally said in this video yours was 14 minutes, hers was 12. Dude, give a little more commentary than that if you're going to be giving people constructive criticism. Please.
I think that's still within YouTube's terms of service, and I do believe...
As for within YouTube's terms of service, you gotta actually provide transformative content, but in this case, we just can't tell because we don't have the video. Only Curry knows. And only Lenny Andronikos knows. And people who watched that original video know. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like uploaded it to Rumble. So maybe I'll have to go look for that later. But do I honestly really care that much about Curry Renji getting a strike? No, not really. But Curry Renji getting a strike over conference talk by Logcast copyrighted video material is a different kind of thing than what happened to Depressed Nasagi, which was, I don't even know. I don't even know what clip was played from Rev's video, but Rev's video is still out there. It's YouTube is garbage, but it's the most fair garbage platform that I'm comfortable with.
That Logcast here is in the wrong, and I do not do many of videos like this where I actually encourage or ask my viewership, my audience to do anything. But if you did watch this video,
well, you don't need to encourage lolicons to defend their art. Just saying, all you need to do is point out, hey, somebody doesn't like, or yeah, hey, somebody doesn't like lolicon, and then like the masses gather, because that's how they act.
Because you're here, of course, please be sure to spread it around among other content creators and among the people you know, because
fuck, I'm doing him a favor.
This is not the first time that someone is trying to abuse YouTube's copyright system like this in order to silence criticism. This happens all the time. And this time around,
he is correct here. It does happen a lot. YouTube's auto flagging copyright shit is like really, really bad. It is not human maintained at all. I have covered other stories on the stream where like somebody gets so many false copyright strikes that they were going to lose their multi-100,000 subscriber channel, and they couldn't do shit about it. YouTube wasn't responding to their emails. They had to go viral on Twitter for YouTube to actually look into it. It is fucked up for a platform, but here we are.
This just so happens that it happened to me. But yeah, I will continue to upload videos as normal, and I will continue to do the things I do. If I did actually manage to archive that long video of mine on Logcast, and I think I did, I hope I did, I kind of just delete them so they don't take up space. But from this point onward, with the more controversial
that's kind of why I do all my videos on stream. You're going to have to take down the original stream as well. And most of the time, people that have issues with my videos just have the issue with the video. But I also haven't gotten a copyright strike. I have gotten copyright claims, though. A lot of those. I actually got a copyright claim once that was blocking a video from 5 major countries because it played like 8 seconds of an anime, apparently. But I had watched a video on stream about anime, and it was a YouTube video, an edited YouTube video. So I don't know why my video got struck, or not struck, got copyright claimed, but my stream didn't, and the video I watched didn't. YouTube is so fucky-wucky with their copyright systems.
topics that I am going to be covering, I'll be sure to make archives of those so that the people trying to escape accountability do not escape accountability. But for right now, I will be very appreciative if you could indeed share this around, and I will just see you.
Okay. That's all he really had to talk about. He didn't have much more to add. I'm gonna see if I can actually pull up Press Nusagi's tweet. Like, it was banned. Like, my showed that message. Okay, that video was blocked in Canada, the United States, Mexico, the UK, and Japan for like apparently 10 seconds of an anime. So like it apparently counted that I had paused the video and then just left that on screen paused as I commentated. So apparently that counted as playing the shit. So, oh my god, now if I'm going to cover any anime videos, I'm just going to like scroll down on YouTube so like it doesn't show the anime as much. Oh god, it's so fucky wucky. But yeah, that's kind of all I know about the global VTuber awards. They haven't really rubbed me the right way. Oh my god, I wouldn't even be surprised if YouTube actually did that. Take down a video debunking the Holocaust or debunking Holocaust denials on the grounds that it was denying it. Like, as far as I was aware, according to YouTube's terms of service, you can show that shit if you are countering it with arguments and stuff. Like, there's a difference between good and bad platforming. But yeah, that's kind of all I know about the global VTuber awards. So take what I say with a huge grain of salt. It's just So yeah, that was a segment. Excuse me. Yeah, you gotta be creative to fight them copyrights and all that. It's not something that I necessarily need to worry about specifically right now, because well, or I do gotta worry about copyright and whatnot. The strikes, that's something I gotta worry about. But I haven't been struck. Not yet, anyways. Okay, I do gotta BRB really quick. BRB really quick, and then we can move on to the next segment. I'm back. Okay. Yeah, I'll get some. I'll hydrate a little. Oh, that's good, bubbly. Excuse me. I'm honestly not sure if I do want to keep going after this segment. If you guys suggest something that catches my eye, maybe I'll continue talking about it, but my throat is being a little sore. Um, Oh yeah, I should also probably make like a definitive take on Lolicon. Because that's coming back, or that's somewhat relevant. Ah. I don't think I've actually made a video explicitly about my stances on that. God damn it. Why does my tracking keep changing? Because, like, I just want to be looking forward. It's the one thing I prefer VC face over V neon. Because, like, I can just hit R on VC face and it resets my tracking, snaps it back to normal. But with V neon, it just keeps going. Though, I do believe. Hey. Okay. I do believe that, like, any new subscribers would play some special effect or something. No. Not expressions. Not colliders. God, I can't remember. Node graphics? Node graphics. Yeah, like, it won't play right now with, because, like, I can't get super chats right now. But, like, if somebody... Hey, if somebody subscribed, you should be able to... Huh. It should play a thing. No, those are just hotkeys. Those are my start settings. Can somebody type in exclamation mark yeet? I think that's a command that's available. Anyways, let's move on to the next segment. Way back when I was still a youngling, I really enjoyed the Spider-Man animated series. The one with all the bad animation, the over-the-top acting, the horrible stuff. It was glorious. I enjoyed it so much. One of my favorite arcs was the symbiote spider arc, where Spider-Man got the symbiote. Oh, by the way, spoilers for or whatever. But basically Peter got the symbiote that became known as the being Venom after it merged with Eddie Brock, but at first it was merged with Peter Parker, and that started to affect his personality. It started to change the way he interacted with the people around him in his life. And it also got him to be a little more unhinged when he started, well, going down the rabbit hole of getting angry, getting like really angry. And there was one scene that really stands out to my mind. And in today's video, we are going to be learning why we're apparently wrong about the scene where, if I'm guessing correctly, It's the shocker, you'll never escape me, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. Except voice acted worse than that. If you can believe it. In which, if I'm remembering correctly, that scene was basically the culmination of, or like the breaking point of Peter Parker, where he realized that the symbiote was actively affecting his actual mind and not just helping him in a symbiotic relationship. It was more of a parasitic relationship. I was about to say parasocial, but no, that's parasitic. Because, like, the symbiote did cause Spider-Man, or did start going around as Spider-Man while Peter Parker slept. So, like, Peter never got actually a good night's rest. He just kept being Spider-Man even though he thought he was asleep. Good times. Anyways, let's find out why Leo Convoy thinks got this wrong about, or why I'm wrong about the Spider-Man scene, apparently. Oh god, don't.
Spider-Man the Animated Series is a show very dear to my heart. Premiering
Same.
in 1994, this series introduced an entire generation to the world of Spider-Man.
Oh my god, it kicked off so many toys and new fans. It was awesome. It was horrible and it was awesome.
While I was somewhat familiar with him due to watching Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends previously, it was this series that made me fall in love with the character and his world. Heck, it's what made me want the comics too in order to expand my knowledge on it. My first Spider-Man comic was The Amazing Spider-Man 294. Yeah.
I know that storyline. Yeah, that was Kraven the Hunter. And then his family got mad and then put Spider-Man through. Oh wait, no, that's the following storyline. But like following this storyline, Kraven's family got mad and then put Spider-Man through the worst times of his life in order to weaken him and try to kill him. And that didn't work. Go Peter.
A rough start, but a topic for another time. The 90s cartoon even introduced me to Spider-Man toys, and I collected a few of them as a kid.
Oh my god, the Spider Slayers. I remember those. I remember those so much. They were like the hypest part of the Spider-Man animated series to me for a point, or for a time. Well, if you know me, you know I like mechs, and you can see where that comes from. Kingpin. Who the fuck is that?
Something I recently started doing again with the Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man.
Damn, that action figure actually looks pretty sweet. But I don't collect action figures. I collect Gunpla. You build the action figures first, and they mean a little more to you.
And impressing me.
To me, anyways.
So much. While this show is loved by many, and rightly so, there's a specific scene that's become a meme. You see, this show was the first animated appearance of the now classic Spider-Man antagonist, Venom.
Oh my god, they did Venom so well with this series. Like, this was the definitive, in my opinion, depiction of Venom. It was such a good depiction of him. I just love it.
While the origin of the symbiote suit that would become half of Venom was a lot more complicated in the comics, revolving around the Secret Wars storyline, the cartoon opted to streamline it. So on April 29th, 1995, the first episode of the three-part storyline, The Alien Costume, aired.
I wonder if he's actually just going to sum it up. I'm willing to bet he is, so I don't actually have to explain what's going down with this arc. But I will fact check, I guess.
It introduced us to the alien symbiote that bonded with Peter, slowly pushing his aggression to a peak. That peak being in the church bell tower.
Okay, so it didn't actually go over where, like, how it actually happened in the animated series. Basically, it starts off with J. Jonah Jameson, you know, the guy that wants pictures of Spider-Man, Ra, with his cigar and mustache. Basically, his son was out on a mission to the moon and then came back with a funky rock that once they ended up crashing into, like, on their way in their reentry, and then they didn't know what was up, and then like the black goo, the goo, left the left the spaceship and then found itself with Peter Parker and loved that bonding a little too much. And now, like, after like a while of building up the connection between Peter Parker and the symbiote, we get to this scene where basically he's snapped.
Tower where Spider-Man
Almost like Shocker here.
is on the verge of killing a villain named the Shocker. This is when Peter finally snaps out of it and fully realizes how dangerous the suit is, forcing it off him with the sonic sounds of the bell in the tower. Afterwards,
That is actually where I think, yeah, that scene was where he actually discovered the sonic weakness of the symbiotes. And it got real. It got bad.
symbiote, discarded and seeking revenge, bonds with a captive Eddie Brock, creating Venom.
Yeah, like Eddie couldn't even do anything about that. He was held there by Spider-Man, so there was nothing Eddie could do. He was just helpless as the symbiote landed on him, and then with the hatred of the symbiote the symbiote has a hatred for Peter Parker for now rejecting Spider-Man, and Eddie Brock hates Spider-Man because he seems to always be getting stood up or whatever, overshadowed by Peter Parker and at work. And Eddie Brock at that point, if I'm correct, he hated Peter Parker and Spider-Man for separate reasons. And then when he joins with the symbiote and learns of Spider-Man's true identity, he's like, oh, so I just hated one person this whole time.
It's a good three-parter. Heck, it's a great three-parter.
It's the definitive part of the animated Spider-Man series. You should definitely watch, if you want to watch classic Spider-Man, watch that arc if nothing else.
And the introduction of this character in general was a game-changer to Spider-Man as a whole. But it's a very specific scene in the church I want to talk about. And this is where I remind you all that super thanks and Patreon support is appreciated, because I am 100% sure this clip is going to get the video demonetized and choke the video's reach.
Oh, great. Let's play it. My channel too.
Anyways, enough shilling, here's the scene.
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
See, I wasn't joking. It was worse voice acting than what I did. And it's so glorious.
It's somewhat awkward, isn't it? There's been a lot of people that have claimed this scene is overacted, including in the title of the video itself. Heck, it's gotten to be so well known that the head writer for the show commented on the video.
I did not know this one. Like, I didn't know John Semper was the writer, because, like, I only watched it as a kid. I wonder if he's going to read it out for us.
And he wasn't happy. More on that later. But here's the thing. This video title and a lot of people in the comments are wrong. And the writer, he's actually correct about the scene. Christopher Daniel Barnes...
Wait, so it's not overacting? Like... Well, I guess it's fitting for the scene itself, given the context of that arc and what was going on. I personally think it's an excellent example of bad voice acting. Because, like, it's odd. It's awkward. It's clunky. But it's glorious.
The voice for Spider-Man in this cartoon absolutely did not overact this scene. Does it seem a bit off? I'd imagine it would to a lot of people, especially people who don't know how animation is produced. Let me explain. Animation, as I'm sure you can imagine, is a labor-intensive job, but the way it's produced can easily be lined out. Spider-Man, being a show focused on drama and action, started with scripting. While some cartoons, mostly comedy, tend to be written via storyboards, most action shows start with a script before anything else. These scripts
Wait, so Spider-Man started with a script or a storyboard? Because, like, I don't actually get the problem with that scene. It was screamy. It was like we literally just played it. Why am I drawing a blank on describing it now?
Scripts could be done by regular writing staff on the show, or maybe just a person for a single episode. It varies. After this, the storyboarding is done. The storyboard gives animators the basic blueprints of things like setting, composition, and how the characters are supposed to move.
Yeah, this is largely stuff that I know of. I learned a lot about storyboarding, at least, with my college background. I studied game art and design for college. I dropped out. Yay!
Think of it like a basic comic for the final episode. Not everything from the script or even storyboards make it into the final product, but it's still a very important step. Next is the voice.
Yeah, the storyboard itself helps the artists and the animators visualize what's going to be going on between the different scenes. You don't necessarily need to include every little bit of the storyboard, but largely the storyboard is about getting across the main beats of the scene that's getting animated right now. Is my shit cutting out, or is that just me? Because I think it's my headphones.
Voice acting. Now, this can sometimes happen before the storyboarding or even during, but the voice acting is a key component, and is done before any full animation is done. This allows the animators to match lip sync as well as the expressions and body language to match the voice. There's a lot more steps here to deliver a final product, like in-betweening and maybe some voice lines needing to be re-recorded in post, but that's the basic outline.
Yes, there is also post-production stuff where they add like effects and whatnot, but Leo Convoy here is correct with the process of whatnot in a very, very simplified version.
The only time this differs is in parody work like C-Lab 2021, or when stuff like anime is localized and needs an English dub, but that's a different video. Maybe. Since the voice lines are done first, this scene isn't overacted. It's under-animated. I don't know enough about the behind-the-scenes.
Okay, I can sort of see that. It is kind of a product of its time, being like early 90s animation, where they are very limited. But then also, on the other hand, there were, well, animes and stuff, like the explosions from Gundam Wing and other Gundam series from that time. Best in the franchise, best in the industry. I don't care what other people say. When we switched to computer graphics instead of the traditional art, explosions look worse. That's the only time right now that I can think of that I want to return to tradition. I want that art back. I miss it. It was so good, but it takes so much effort to properly animate stuff like the the Hellsing Ultimate. That took many, many years to animate. It was so high quality animation that took forever to produce just 10 episodes. Animation takes so much more effort than people realize, especially 2D animation.
To know why this went to air in this state, or maybe why it didn't have a re-recording of the scene's lines. But I do know the audio works well overall, especially when the animation is reshot. How can I say that?
Ooh, we're gonna see a properly animated scene of it?
Well, because I did it. There's also the example of the redubbed Sailor Moon Deke episodes you can find on YouTube. Before I get in...
What? I kind of want to check that out soon. I don't know if I'll check it on stream, but I'll check it out in the future.
Into that, though, and show the final product I did, let's get into John Simper's comment. Read off by Hitan Misuru.
I hated.
Cool. I don't have to read it. Poggers.
The people with no talent chop up little bits of other people's video and post them, totally out of context, to get hits. The whole point of this episode was Peter Parker losing his mind because of the black suit, as you well know. This scene was the culmination of an entire episode which built up to this climactic moment. So, to take this last little bit, isolated from its build-up, is criminal. Of course, it's going to look overblown and silly. This is everything I hate about the internet rolled up into one shining example. And Chris Barnes never overreacted a day in his life. He's a brilliant voice actor. I detest people who chop up other people's work on the internet, YouTube, Twitter, et al. Not everything is a joke for less talented, uncreative minds to cannibalize and derive monetary benefit from. Hey Andrew, go make something of your own for a change instead of mangling other people's work, if you're even capable. And no, I'm not going to look at or respond to anything you say. You're not worth it.
Okay, fair. Chad response, in my opinion. And I'm glad to know I was right about the episode. Well, sort of. Did I say it was overacted? I probably did. I don't care. The point was that a lot of people didn't know the full arc of the symbiote the symbiote suit arc, and they just think of it as, or they just know that one clip that gone super viral. But I mean, I watched that entire show. I am still fucking mad at how it ended. And don't you tell me that it was a good ending. Fucking, why'd they gotta do Mary Jane dirty like that? And who the fuck was that Spot guy out of nowhere? I know he's in the comic, but he wasn't brought up at all in the show before the final episode. It was horseshit.
You know what? I get it. You work on a show for years and it gets killed by some other goon that pissed off an exec before you could finish, and people know it mostly because it got turned into a meme. This show took years to make, and a lot of work and care was put into it. It can't be fun to have people mocking it, especially without knowledge of why it is the way it is.
I would like to say that I don't feel like I'm properly mocking it. I think it's a glorious thing. Like, it's not great in terms of, is it groundbreaking? Is it high fidelity kind of shit? I enjoy it for it being overall not the greatest, but it still had great writing behind it overall. And I will say, what's his name? What is his name? Not Andrew, Chris Barnes. Yeah, I actually really liked Chris Barnes as Peter Parker. He did the Peter Parker and Spider-Man quite well. It was quite fitting. But the animated 90s series, the Spider-Man animated series, I don't think it was meant to be like a serious series. 'Cause like I really want to pull up a TikTok of a clip from the series, but I don't know if I can. 'Cause copyright. I'm already bound. I'm already worrying about copyright with what's already been played.
You're not worth it.
Okay,
Into a
thank you.
meme. This show took years to make, and a lot of work and care was put into it. It can't be fun to have people mocking it, especially without knowledge of why it is the way it is. But at the same time, you can't react like this, John. I think a better route would have been explaining how animation works and maybe some of the behind-the-scene details as to why it played out like this.
I mean, his response was salty, that's for sure. But I'm going to be honest, a lot of people are just not going to pay attention to a post that big. You kind of have to read it out to some people just to get them to actually read it. Like, you actually have to have somebody sound it out for them. Otherwise, they just see wall of text moving on. So, like, it's hard. It's hard. Plus, it might have been hard to get notification out there or whatever if the writer put out a video of his own rather than leave a comment on the mega viral video that everybody was seeing and talking about. So like on the one hand, I kind of get where the writer's coming from. I forget his name. I'm terrible with names. On the other hand, I get where Leo Convoy is coming from. So yeah.
Just food for thought. Well, I guess it's time to give you guys what you want. Now, this isn't full animation.
God, I don't care. Play it.
It's going to be closer to a storyboarding or a really basic animatic, as I want my first full animation to be something else. But here's the scene redone with different visuals.
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker!
Okay, like a zoom out from as he's screaming would have done a lot to help sell this scene. I will be fully honest there. Leo Convoy seems to know what he's talking about.
You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
Yeah, it's
Okay, that would have also been really sweet. Like seeing the anger start coming out of him and then he slowly starts shifting into Venom look as like an allusion to what's going on with what's going to happen, or foreshadowing. That's it.
Yeah, it's far from the best, but it gives you an idea of how it could have played out differently. Like emphasizing the symbiote physically changing its outside appearance to be closer to what Venom was going to be. The show
Yeah, like that would have been pretty great foreshadowing, in my opinion. Though the problem is, this is all hindsight to like a 30-year-old show. So we can't really change it now. I still think it's glorious for what it was.
show is really great, despite some of its odd editing choices. I mentioned the show got cut short, and that's true. The final season would have had Spider-Man arriving in Victoria, England to find Mary Jane, specifically during the spree of Jack the Ripper, who would have...
Oh, that's why it was such a frustrating ending. Because it was cut short. Of course it was. And then the only thing that they continued after that with was fucking Spider-Man Unlimited, where it was basically Spider-Man and the Planet of Furries. How did Spider-Man end? Basically, this one dude with like a white bodysuit with a bunch of black spots on him could peel the black spots off and then throw them around, making portals. And then Mary Jane fell into one of those, and the series ends. So yeah, it didn't exactly end on the best note.
been revealed to be Carnage. Yeah,
That would have been interesting. Instead of Cletus Cassidy with it being Jack the Ripper as Carnage, that would have been an alternate reality, which would have been a pretty cool storyline to see.
it's weird. John Simper really seems to like that time period and has some interesting animations on his YouTube
No wonder we got Spider-Man and the Planet of the Furries after.
with furries in that time period. I guess check it out if you want. Link for that's in the description. I'm Lio Convoy, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, you can support me on
Lio Convoy. I thought it was pronounced Leo Convoy.
Patreon or join the community Discord. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, pretty poggers video. Yeah, I see a lot of his points. Spot. I think I remember him from the episode where he locked himself in a portal dimension. Like, the episode where they introduced him was or basically the arc where they introduced him. I can't remember. When they introduced him was like at the literal end of the series. I don't remember anything about him from previous parts of the series, and I watched a lot of it as a kid. It is bonkers, to say the least. But yeah, I guess there are people that do definitely take it in the wrong direction. There are people that do you know, clip stuff out of context and then just run with their narratives. That happens, well, not just in this instance, it happens a lot with streamers and stuff. Because, well, as you get more popular, there will always be people who hate you. So those people will try to do their best to get any sort of evidence that you are a horrible person and will use that against you. I mean, I'm like just under 500 subscribers on YouTube, and I've already got people saying that I'm like, I support swatters and doxers and I'm wanted for terrorism, because like, you can trust the word of random people on the internet that don't actually have any evidence to back up their claims. I won't drop the F-bomb. That's fine. So yeah, that was a pretty fun segment. Okay, there is another kind of segment I want to talk about. I don't think it'll be a much longer one. Like, I definitely don't think it's going to be a longer segment, but it is something that I've kind of wanted to talk about a while. I have talked about it some on stream previously, but somebody had put out a video really showcasing some things that I wanted to talk about anyways. But my throat is acting up, so I do kind of want to call it. God, it's getting a little buggy. Pause, damn it. Okay. You guys ready to talk about more VTuber stuff? It's going to be a lot more interesting to like VTubers themselves. Sort of a passive interest in VTuber fans, but God, excuse me, not the most clickbaity stuff. It's going to be hard to trigger people enough to get 1,000 views with this video. Excuse me. Okay. So there's a fairly common criticism of VTubers broadly that a lot of smaller VTubers at least are not super expressive. And well, I definitely agree with that. I can also be guilty of not being as expressive as I should be. I am definitely working on it. It's something I'm trying to be more aware of. Unfortunately, I am limited to only being able to do head tracking right now because I'm not paying for my hand tracking app, because like it's renting a hand tracking app that's not perfect, so I'm just dropping it for now. But somebody did recently put out a tweet on November 2nd that really caught my attention, and I really, 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 really appreciated that they did this. Rainy Renton put out a tweet saying, "You could have the best tracking, but if you don't emote, it won't either. I also spent hours with when I first got my model practicing and changing settings to better express when I did IRL. I've gotten better at using it over time to be more real." We will be playing the full clip, don't you worry about that. I just want to say thank you to all the kindness on this video. It's honestly, in my opinion, well deserved. We will get to that. I'm happy to see. I'm happy it could help some people out. I'll be making more like this soon. Help those with many VTubing questions. Thank you all for the support as well. Like, I'm glad this blew up. Also, for anyone asking, I'm using an iPhone 12 iFacial mocap and Ultra Leap Stereo IR 170 hand tracker and VC face. Below is where I put my hand tracker, right under their keyboard. So, like, I'm guessing that's where I would put my Leap Motion if I ever eventually get one. But let's take a look at her tracking. And she's doing an example real time of her face and her face. It's trippy.
All right. See? Now you can see just how, like, oh, well, reactive my model is to me. Wow, isn't that so cool? Then you get to see, like, what I look like, what she looks like, what we look like. Is pretty cool. So, yeah. We're both very reactive, and this is just what I'm like all the time. You know, there's a thing about VTubing that I think a lot of VTubers don't do. VTubing is acting. It is acting, and so if you're not like very
Expressive.
Active? Mobile's a good word. Then your model's not gonna move either. Yeah, expressive is also a good word. All right.
Thank you.
See?
I forgot she responded with that at the end of the video. But yeah, you get an example, or you get an idea of what she's talking about. I can leave it playing so you can just keep. I'll leave it muted and playing while I'm talking. Fuck it. But as you can see, she's spent a lot of time getting the rigging right with her model, and a lot of VTubers like me haven't really put the time into fully getting it done, like fully getting the tracking going. A lot of it, like the hand tracking, that can be pretty expensive. The cheapest option I have seen for hand tracking, at least that's a decent one. I can't remember if there's any actual free ones. The one that I used, which was the cheapest, was webcam motion capture receiver or something like that. It was either you pay $2 a month or you buy the program outright for like $80. Or you can buy a Leap Motion tracker for like $200, and the hand tracking gets tricky and fucky wucky. But I mean, I do want to get back into it. I might just need to set up my Xbox Kinect. Apparently that's a very common one for full body tracking for VTubers. All I need is an adapter cable and to set it up with the proper space. Unfortunately for my current studio, I don't have the proper space. Oh god, thank you, Rainy, for showing us or sharing this with a lot of people, because like people have made that, like have said that before. Even Shy Lily, I covered a video from her previously on this channel talking about this exact same thing, where people are just not being expressive. They're just kind of standing there and giving their commentary, not really looking around anywhere, just not really moving, and it gets boring. So I do try to be a little more expressive. I'm not perfect at it, but granted, I've only been doing this a little time. And I am limited with my means. That said, there's a lot of VTubers that, you know, they could stand to be a little more expressive. I'm not the most expressive, but I also think I'm decently expressive with how limited I am anyways. But yeah, that's kind of it. just a short little segment, 6 minutes or so. It does seem like cold is nearing or some shit for me. It's not being very nice. It's unfortunate. Oh, before I do go, I just want to say, like, I am so fucking happy with the response that my Warhammer 40K video has been getting. Oh, it's so fucking delicious. It's my most viewed video now. And it's got a lot of hate comments. It's got a lot of dislikes. Oh, I pissed off the right people. Like, from what I've seen, the actual what is it? The like to dislike doesn't actually affect whether or not it's pushed out. So that's fun. By the way, like the stream. Liking the stream doesn't really make a huge difference. It's liking all the videos that I put out afterwards. Like giving engagement to that, leaving a like, or dropping a comment if you can't think of anything to say for a video, but you want to help them create or help push them in there with the YouTube algorithm. Leave a heart emoji. Literally all you need to do. Then it counts as, hey, people are leaving a heart emoji under this video. Maybe more people want to see it. For my Warhammer video, it's like, hey, people are leaving comments under this video. Let's push it out to more people. One thing I have noted... Okay, it looks like it's finally plateauing. Maybe it'll bump again. Who knows? 1.3. Oh, it's rounding up. Like 70% of the YouTube recommendations for that video is from the YouTube homepage. Like, what? That is so trippy to me, because I'm a tiny streamer. I'm a tiny creator, but I'm being put onto a YouTube homepage in which I call the Imperium fascism? Nice! Now let's just hope they don't suppress my views. Again. I don't know what it is, but I've had, excuse me, I've had at least one video that had views suppressed. It would be my most viewed video for a long time. YouTube. I had a video that was like breaking near 3,000 views, but YouTube kept pushing it down in total number of views. And it's the only video I've noticed that had that happen. Excuse me. Why are they defending this? It was like one of my... Wow, really? It was the first time I ever covered a Rev Says Desu video. It only has 3 hashtags. Hashtag Vtuber, hashtag VtuberEN, hashtag how about you just don't. And like, I have a screenshot. Yeah, the 40K reactionary video. That one, I love it so much. It is currently my most viewed video. But my video I released on... When did I release that? Wait, analytics. November 13th of last year. Wow, Jesus Christ, like a year ago. Almost literally a year ago. But the first time I ever covered a Rev video, I was getting like, I have a screenshot of it saying it has 2,400 views, and right now it's sitting at 827 views. Like, there was a point where that video would break 1,000 views, and then YouTube would just drop it down to 700. I have no idea why. It is the only time I have noticed a video have that happen to it since. And I have multiple videos over 1,000 views now. Yay, I'm going places. First video of mine to break 1,000, not including shorts anyways. Actually, even including shorts, first video of mine to break 1,000 was just an interview. I didn't do anything special. I didn't do anything different with it. YouTube algorithm just picked it up and it got like 1,000 views in a few days. And then just petered off. My Asmongold and Nuxtaku videos have been like slowly somewhat climbing because people are still looking up Asmongold and Nuxtaku and my videos coming out. I wonder if that Vosh video will ever hit 1,000. That'd be cool. Anyways, I should probably go be resting my voice. What's this about Vosh? Oh, I've covered Vosh a couple of times on my stream, and the second time, or like, I can't remember if that was... I've only covered him twice, haven't I? Yeah, like only 2 videos I've even mentioned Vosh. The first video I did got about 648 views right now, where I was basically talking about a community member I got into an argument with, like one of my community. They got really, really mad that I watched Vosh, and then that caused a schism between us. And then I made a video about that, where it wasn't actually, I was literally just clout grabbing off of Vosh's name to talk about VDS, essentially, the Vosh derangement syndrome. The second time I, excuse me, the second time I had talked about what the fuck happened to my model. The second time I talked about Vosh, he had mentioned VTuber designs in an OK Buddy segment, like an OK Buddy Vosh segment. And, well, I went over that on stream because I heard a little bit of it live and I was like, oh, I'll just wait till this is on stream. Or wait to watch the rest of this on stream. And the thumbnail of that one is Vosh saying, look more like Gura, and me saying, fine. I don't think you would actually appreciate that. But, I mean, if you watch the video, context fits. Because, like, he talked about why Gura is the most popular, with her design being fairly plain, but having enough, or having a certain amount of unique parts to properly stand out in somebody's mind. So, like, the implication of the thumbnail is pro-lolly, but it's not. It's not actually pro-lolly. It's just a joke. Yeah, it's about keeping a simple design. There actually has been another time I could actually cover a Vosh bit, because he did a gauntlet debate kind of thing, and one person had asked him about VTuber community, and it's like, well, there's an excuse to talk about Vosh and VTubers, and well, the Vosh bump is good for analytics. And there was a person that was like, are there feminine VTubers that do what you do? And it's like, fuck. Oh well. We will see if I actually do end up covering that later or not. Though, in regards to like lefty VTubers that actually put out videos or podcasts, I would like to know more. I know we got Miss Peep, we got Zeka. In terms of like feminine VTubers that are progressive, we also got me. Like that put out progressive content aside from streams, because like you can't catch every single stream, but if you really wanted to, you can watch every video from somebody. Wait, is Mr. Underhill about to get a strike? I'm gonna look into this. But it's a video that came out an hour ago, so I don't really want to cover it on stream. Oh no, okay, so he's clickbaiting about the Global VTuber Awards strikes. Because like other channels are getting strikes, and like apparently if you covered it, you gotta worry. We did actually used to have Lucy Hayes as VTuber, but she's gone FleshTuber. We can forgive our FleshTuber siblings. It's okay. But in terms of like explicitly left-leaning, oh, that's disappointing. That'll be a segment for another time. I see a video from 4 hours ago. AI reacts better than SS Sniper Wolf. It's a small channel, so I'll let his video build out and then I'll react to it. I also kind of like the dude overall. He's pretty chill. But like, that's something I want to talk about. I have talked about Sniper Wolf before. Oh wow, Cirrus put out a video about creating a rant Sona video. Nice. I know he did put out a like 2.5-hour stream talking with Tessa about, so you want to be a streamer, and then giving like advice, where to start and all that. Personally, I don't think I really have to worry about the I don't think I have to worry about being channel struck by or copyright struck by Global VTuber Awards, because I didn't actually play their stuff with this video. And they didn't seem to give a shit about the last video I did. I wonder if it's because I'm too small for them to really care, or if I actually bothered to join the AMA and I was respectful in that, and maybe they saw that and they're like, okay, I'm not going to bother striking this person because they're obviously not a grifter. That said, I do really wonder what the... Fuck, I forgot to pull that up. Depressed Nasagi. Oh, they were both... Oh, interesting. So Nusagi and and Cringy were copyright struck for the conference talk by Logcast. So they were copyright struck over the same thing. And apparently Rev's video is still up. So like I want to see if it's like hosted on YouTube. Are they getting copyright struck for a YouTube video? Do 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 do. I'm glad I'm not recording right now. It can't have been from a longer. Yeah, it was both Nasagi and Cringy. I'm trying to find Rev's video on it. Which one was it? God damn it. Voice actors going mask off. They tried to cancel an artist. Backlash. Oh, there it is. Company exploits HoloLive tech. Shut up! I don't want to actually listen to you. Oh, good. It's still muted. So, chat, you didn't have to listen to him either. Haha. Okay. Oh my god, that does look so bad for them. Oh my god, even worse for Cringy, because it's like a 12-minute, 50-second video, and Cringy said his video was 14 minutes. And he said he played the entire conference. So, like, it is on a YouTube channel. They're striking for reacting to a YouTube channel. Not a good look. Okay, it's looking like Rev didn't actually react to the full video. I don't feel like listening to him. Cool. Is that not AI art? They say it's not, but man, these people are hateful. I don't trust the shit they're saying at all. Is he gonna go over that part too? Shush you. Okay, yeah. I get the feeling that Curry Ringy didn't really provide much criticism or review or of it or whatever, but like I can see Rev rambling for a while. Anyways, I am for real, not for play, going to log off because A, my knees hurt, B, my throat's starting to act up. It's getting sore, a little earlier than usual. And C, you guys should like the stream. Anyways, I'm going to excuse me, I'm going to boop off for now. You guys have a good rest of your day or night or wherever the hell you are, whenever the hell you are. Remember, If you can't be the sharpest tool in the shed, you can always be the hoe. Take care, everybody. Keep your stick on the ice.